Hi everyone. My name is Medike Oladuni Oyawoye. I'm the CEO of Teachestra Initiative, and I'm glad to be back in your space. And this is you and your child. And in our previous episode, if you have not watched it, please scroll down my timeline or visit some of my other social media platform. We have been talking about we have been drawing lessons from the life of the biblical Esther, and today I saw something else that's got me baffled about the life of Esther. And when I started the series, I gave you a background view of who Esther was. She was an orphan who was raised by her uncle. Yes, Esther was a slave. People were captured from their own land and brought to a new country to live, and they were slaves in another man's land. But now, what baffled me about the story was that Esther was a slave, but this never reflected, as in she never carried this mentality, because as much she carried that mentality into the palace, she wouldn't have become the queen. She was a slave, but that mentality was not in her. And like other Israelites would do, Esther carried herself like a royal diadem that she was, as in she carried herself as God's heritage, and that got me baffled. And the question I have for you today as a parent is, how are you raising your children? And some of you, like, you notice some negative traits in your children, and because of that, you stigmatize those children. You conclude as in, kole go further that this shy, you understand, you stigmatize them. Olodoni kò sí ẹ̀mọ́ kankan. He used to fail in the school. What the result from nursery 1 to primary 6, he cannot do anything, it's just failing. You already stigmatized that child, and that child unconsciously has carried that mentality, is carrying that mentality along, because that is what the parents have told him. That is what they have portrayed in his presence. Already your child outside is being battered in the class, even what's it called, the peers, other knowingly or unknowingly, they'll be making fun of the child because maybe he's failing, maybe because he's not vocal, he's shy, or this and that. And now the child gets home to the people he believes what's it called, are his own. But now you had your own and butter that child the more, and the child carries that mentality, because if God does not help the child, that is how the child is going to go on ahead in life. And I want to encourage you today as a parent, when you say negative trait in your children, that does not describe your children. No, it's just that you have to understand how to help the child. Like, I used to be a very shy person. If you tell me I'm even doing some of the things I would do today, I'll say me. I used to be very, very, very shy that I would not even say my name, as in, well, I thank God for the grace of God. I thank for help along the way. Understand, as in, I thank God. So like, it doesn't describe your child, that your child is failing today. You understand? Many people, like some people that are successful today, they were like Olodo when they were in primary, secondary school. You just need to move around and ask people. So you should not input that kind of negative mentality, as in, or what's it called, the negative trait you are seeing in your children. Don't let it become their identity. Slavery, as in being a, never was Esther's mentality. If it was, she won't have become a queen. I'm so sure of that. But now I believe she had that consciousness that she was God's heritage. Yes, and I just wanted to. I would just like to encourage you. If you see anything negative in your child, find ways on how you'll be able to help them. I believe one day I'll be able to do a series on how you can help your child get out of shyness and some other, what's it called, negative traits. Yes. So like, you should help your children to what's it called, you should put confidence in your children. You should help them to see that their present reality is not their permanent reality. Yes. And also for my dad, I learned something. And my dad is someone that was not that kind of churchy when we were growing up. Mom was more of that, but my dad had this kind of mentality that when something happens to you, he will tell you that don't worry, things will change. This and this, there will be a way. As in, even his own life, when challenges came, that will give you that impression of hope against hope. You understand? As in, he will tell you, this is not the end. As in, it can change. And I think that affected most of us as children. As in, we just love to see the positivity in things As in, so you should not allow your present reality, even if you are poor. I read something on this space sometimes ago. Somebody was advising people that even if you are poor, you don't have anything, don't cage your children with that's your present reality. Then sometimes deliberately walk your children in a rich neighborhood. Let them see the other side of life, that some people are here too, and we also can get here. You understand? Don't cage them and you just go and sit down. Be bashima balo. No, bashima balo konye. Bashima balo konye. So I encourage you today. Those children in your hand, they're going to become great. But please don't cage them with their present reality. Help them to break out. Even if they are the one failing now in their class, coming last. Don't cage them. Don't let your words tear them apart the more and more, that child will now become damaged them more. No, help them, encourage them, get extra tutors for them, encourage them, speak words to them. You too, you encourage them, as in, don't be now because of that say, okay, oh, this is my best child, this one. And anybody that what's it called, did child studies and has a knowledge about children will tell you that the best time to help your children is between the year, even from the womb, between the time they were in your womb and to like 18 years. By the time a child is 18 years, forget it. They already form their characters, they already form who they are, and whatever they are forming already, they are. It takes the power of God to change them at that time. So, as a parent, your influence on your children should not be taken for granted. No, please, it should not be. So, like between the time they were in the womb and to like 18 years of age, I understand that is the best time to help your children. Any other thing you are giving them after that is just like an advice. No. Thank you very much. I believe this blessed you. I will see you again in the next episode. Thank you and God bless you. Bye bye.